Before the video starts, I just want to mention, if I sound a little bit different, that's because I'm still ill a little bit, but I wanted to make a video for you, so there you go. Hey, welcome back to another Storage video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about chest hauls, well, more specifically this chest haul. So, let's just get into it. So, as you can see, this is the chest haul. We are using the same decoder as on the bulk hauls. Almost practically the same, like literally this entire top part I just copied. But obviously there are a few changes, like a scaffolding here and stuff. Now, I did originally have a torch tower here, but due to the way I wanted it to work and where I was putting it, I couldn't do that. You'll see what I mean by that a little later on. Now there's some interesting water stream configurations going on here. This is a waterless, an iceless water stream, but with an end rod in it, because in Bedrock Edition, water can just flow through end rods. So that's quite cool. And then obviously everything else is the same. Now, the UI, people say is a bit odd, but I think it's actually okay. Like, I can reach all the chests perfectly fine. And don't worry, this is not just an observer chain. I'll show you how that actually works later as well. So, something I did say in my last video is I would redo the wiring for FTSR. I did do that, and that's what that monstrosity is over there. So, I'll show you what I mean by why I had to use these sliders here, because I've been setting up the halls, so I can actually show you. So as you can see, the chest hall and the bulk are literally right next to each other, and that's because they're both 16 blocks wide, so now they both fit in two chunks perfectly, which I quite like. So yeah, that's why I had to use a composter there, by the way, as well, because obviously on that side I've got a redstone block. But over here I had to use the composter so that it doesn't power the rail. So yeah, that's why that was done that way. Now, I could have done a torch tower over here, but it was just a lot easier to make it all one slider. And it's easy to reset and everything. So yeah, this is how the chain works at the bottom. Now yes, it's quite noisy and everything, but it's better than just an observer chain. What I really like about this haul though, is a really cool thing that, like, it took me forever to get right, but the fact I did makes me so happy. So if I just come all the way over here, you'll notice the normal bulk and the chest hall are the exact same level on the bottom. So they're like perfectly square with each other. Same thing on the top. They are literally the exact same size, which, yeah, I find really cool. I also had to do some really creative stuff with the scaffolding here. Now there are still a few things I need to fix and stuff, like I need to swap that block there for an observer so it doesn't power that thing, but it's fine. Speaking of FTSR, I'll keep this quick because I know people are probably fed up of it by now. There's a really cool thing we can do now where if I come over here, I can actually input boxes into the hall. So as you can see, if it's on, I'm inputting boxes. So if I send this, that will unlock the first slice. And then obviously if I just send a box and quickly come over here and look in this chest, you'll see there it is. So that's a really cool thing. Now we're not using piston bolts or anything for this because it doesn't need to be as quick as the actual requesting itself. So I'm just using water streams to keep everything nice and lag friendly and everything. Now obviously we can still send requests, we just turn that off and modify the code a bit. Sorry about the lag, by the way, my render distance is a bit high. And if I send that, you'll see we will get our one box. And again, we can request from both sides of the hall. So if I just fly over here, you'll see any second now, there's our request. Cool. So what's the plan from here to do with the entire main storage? Because obviously we've got 3 storage halls, the FTSR one, the normal bulk and the chest hall. I think the direction I'm going to start taking it now is trying to actually get the item sorting working. So like doing the item to binary system, the splitters, all of that sort of stuff. The multi-box processing, because yes, we will have that. And overall, this system just keeps getting more and more insane. Like, look at that. You can't tell me that doesn't look insane. I've had so many struggles with this. Like, this torch tower broke everything because of... It had to be a torch tower. I couldn't use scaffolding like over there because I needed to send a constant signal all the way up, which is why it gets a bit fancy over here, because I had to not power that rail or that dropper or anything like that. So yeah, it gets a bit crazy. And obviously we can still input the regular code for the storage, which would be the output of the item to binary. So as you can see there, that's the code we inputted. Now, obviously, I'm going to start taking a bit of a break from FTSR at this point, like video-wise, not actually doing the system. As I mentioned before, I'm going to start actually getting the sorting and stuff working for the chest hall. And I'll probably finish the whole storage before I talk about FTSR more. Obviously, some systems use FTSR, so I'll talk about it then. But I'll pretty much just say, yeah, it's FTSR compatible or whatever. Now, one thing I do want to mention before I go is empty boxes. So the empty box storage would probably be about here. I just haven't built it yet. And at the minute I'm just using a double chest full of... Yeah, that's pretty much the empty box request. And it just gets sent down this line into the water stream there and then into the thing. And I'm really happy with how I concealed that drop chute there, because obviously I had to do it on the other side as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you next time. So have a nice day.